This song you're hearing right now was mixed 100% using FL Studio stock plugins. And when I say stock, I don't mean basic or limited. I mean FL Studio plus Patcher, built by insanely talented engineers who recreated the sound and behavior of popular powerful third-party plugins without using a single external plugin. Everything you're about to hear was done inside FL Studio. And yes, it sounds like this. So just to be clear, there are no third-party plugins in this session. Every compressor, EQ, or saturation tool and vocal chain you'll see is built using Patcher, and every single Patcher preset used in this video is free and available online. And here's where it gets exciting. This video comes with over 50 FL Studio stock presets, and they are part of a brand new FL Studio stock presets plus template bundle that I'll be releasing next week. So I think of this video as a starting point of a short series, about 2 or 3 videos where I'll show you how far you can really push FL Studio without relying on expensive third-party plugins. Now before we jump into the mix, today's video was sponsored by MusicCreator.ai, a tool I used to create the background you are hearing right now. MusicCreator.ai makes it incredibly easy to generate music, sound effects, and unique audio for your content. Whether you're creating YouTube videos, short-form clips, vlogs, or storytelling projects, you don't need any music production experience at all. Just describe the vibe, mood, or style you want, and it's generate audio for you in seconds. Designed to be fast, simple, and creator-friendly, especially when you just need something that fits your content without breaking your flow. I'll talk more about MusicCreator.ai a bit later in this video. Let's get back on the mix. And hey guys, my name is Touchy Music, and if you're into this channel, welcome. And without wasting your precious time, let's get on it. Okay guys, so this is the song that you're working on. Now, let's be real guys, FL Studio is mostly popular for making beats. I started making beats using FL Studio, and then later on got introduced into actually also mixing songs on FL Studio. But it's mostly popular for making beats, which sometimes make it a bit hard for us producers, engineers who like to also mix songs. And then on the song that you're working on, I always say that this is just the front line. This is just the face of the song. The real template is always on the mixer channel. So when you see this mixer channel, it's slightly different from our traditional templates that we usually use on this channel. So this is the project. This is the template now. So this template, as you can see, it's something that is slightly different. Why is it different? Most of the things that we used on our previous templates, they are still here. And then we have slightly adjusted the template so that it's become a little bit more suitable for the modern day mixing. So if you can see here, we have, as usual, the beat channel. And on the beat channel, there are presets of which we'll get into them a little bit. And then we have the Vox cleaning section, where you clean your vocal. As always, guys, you can go back and watch episode 1 of the course. I actually explain what is happening here, and then you can go and watch other episodes. There's an episode where I actually address the template, so you can actually see why these plugins are necessary for these channels. But for now, we are here. After that, we have the main channel, guys, the main insert. This is where you put your preset, guys. Just after the main channel, we need to have an engine, guys, for our main channel, for our main insert that will link our main vocals. Now, this is the bass channel, guys. Now, the bass channel is the engine of all the leading vocals. Now, the leading vocals are what people are going to hear when they listen to your music. And then after the bass channel, we have the left and right. Now, the left and right is where you will insert your first backing vocals. Now, also on the course, there's a video that is actually explaining how to mix background vocals. Now, there's a backing vocals here, left and right, meaning this is where you will insert your first backing vocals. Now remember, every time you record your backing vocals, you must make sure that you double take them. Now we have the left and right. This is the left and right. After left and right, we have the left and right mid, guys. Yes, we are no longer linking our backing vocals to our main vocal tracks. Mids, guys. Now, the mids, they are just there by themselves, meaning that we have a stereo vocal now, which is playing left and right. There's nothing on the middle, just a stereo vocal playing left and right. And then the other double taped vocal. Remember that we recorded two vocals. The first one will go on the sides, and the second one will go on the middle, covering the space that was left behind by the first backing vocals. And then again, we have another left and right going to the side, stereo vocals, and then left and right mids. And then we have the left and right bass channel. Now we are actually separately mixing our left and right vocals, because I felt like, yes, we're actually mixing them on our previous templates, but now I needed to work only on those vocals. On our left and right vocals means you no longer need to go to the vocal like this. This is the mid vocal, and actually do things like this, guys. We have this now. It's actually doing it for you. And after that, as usual, we have ad-libs, and then also ad-libs has their own ad-lib reverbs and ad-libs delays. And then after that, we have the reverbs, guys. So these are our reverbs. We have the room reverb, we have the short reverb, we have the long reverb, and then we have the delays, 1/2, 1/4, 1/8. Now, before we start mixing this song, let's quickly go to MusicCreator.ai and show you how you can actually do cool stuff like this. So this is how the website looks like. It has a nice interface, as you can see. This is where you can actually get the idea of how this MusicCreator.ai works. As you can see here, if you are a YouTuber like me, you can use it, and it doesn't interfere with copyright issues, guys. I need a background music for my intro. So let's start with AI music generator. So this is my ChatGPT, and then I'll just copy this prompt and then go here and paste it here. Since I want an instrument only, guys, I want an instrumental only, you have to click here. Make sure that you turn this on. So let's generate it. I'm not going to give it more. Okay, guys, so it gave us two options, which it even gave us the title, guys. My prompt was create a cinematic ballad intro with an emotional, inspiring tone, like the final speech in a movie before the world is about to change. The music should feel hopeful, reflective, and powerful without being overwhelming. Use warm, expressive piano as the main instrument, supported by emotional strings section, subtle ambient pads, and gentle orchestral textures. No drums or percussion. As you can see that it only needs 500 characters, and you can actually get inspired if you want to get inspired. So let's see what this thing gave us. This is the first one. I really think it's a very, very beautiful music it created. I'm actually surprised, guys. This is a very, very beautiful tool. If you want it, just go ahead on the link on the description. You will find the link that will take you here, MusicCreator.ai, and you will find this amazing site. Beautiful tool to have if you're looking to do amazing music. And yeah, it sounds like that. Let's get back to the video. Okay, guys, so as much as this thing is made using FL Studio stock plugins, one thing that I will tell you guys that is somehow like a downside to this, if you don't have a good computer, guys, a good, strong computer, this template bundle will most likely, depend more on your CPU. So you have to look out for that. So on the beat section, as always, we have Fruity Parametric EQ. So it sounds like that. As you can see, guys, that we are actually working drastically on that bass line, guys, because it was somehow trying to muddy up my mix and I didn't want that. So I just took care of it. But if yours sounds wonderful, just disable this thing and you'll be fine. And then we have the balancer, guys. I believe this plugin is called the balancer. We're actually working on the bass at around 120 hertz. And then on a stereo field, we're actually boosting the bass line at around 120, guys. So this plugin is actually taking the bass line from sounding mono and somehow telling the bass line to go to the sides at around 120%. As I said, it's somehow telling the bass line to go to the sides a bit, opening space for whatever that needs to come to the middle, guys. That is why we're actually working on 120 hertz, which is the low end, guys, 120 hertz. And I think this is the only thing that I actually needed this plugin for. And then we have spacer. This is like your track spacer, guys. Somehow making sure that your vocals are always on top of the beat. So these things are chains everything on the beat. I will show you right now. And then as always, we have inflator. So the inflator plugin is just there to bring some volume, somehow the energy of the beat when your music sounds a little bit down or your beat sounds a little bit down, then actually turning the volume here, guys. Don't do that. Just go to the inflator and you'll be fine. We have a channel here, a bass channel. Now on our bass channel, as always, we are always mixing on a de-esser in this channel. And as always on our bass channel, we have the FP de-esser. So somehow I've already set up my threshold amount and my band. This is the band, guys. I went for a wider band than a narrow band. And then I went for a bell and a high shelf. So this thing also works like the harsher, like, because it does not only work on the S's and T's. It also works on those harsher frequencies. And those harsher frequencies are always here, guys. So you don't need to actually do the de-hashing stage when you actually clean your vocal. And then the next plugin that we have here, we have the thick. Now, when you listen to this plugin, first it somehow brings up the vocal a bit, like brings up the volume of the vocal a bit. You can actually turn it down here if you want to turn that down, but just like how it sounds like. And then the second thing is that it actually adds some warmer harmonics on the vocal. Now, talking about harmonics, it's something like color, guys. Like as you can see here, color. So this thing is color, boosted the high pass filter a little bit, and then left the air as it was. The thing that's actually boosted here, I boosted the warmth, guys. Now, the warmth is your drive. The drive knob is your saturation knob, guys. So when you boost this thing, you are slightly increasing the harmonic distortion of your sound. So here, I was looking for that warmth sound on my vocal, also looking for that saturation sound on my vocal. Then the last plugin that we used here, we are still on the bass channel. We used the FP Gate. Sounds like this. And then we have left and right. On left and right, we have our stereo shaper. Stereo shaper just taking up the left and right vocals going to the side. It's in mono. Now it's on stereo. It's on the side. There's nothing like, it's like 5% on the middle, guys. It's mostly on the left and right on the sides. It sounds nice, guys. It has some depth on it. It's actually working really well together. We have our second vocal here. Also use the stereo shaper on this channel, and then this is the double take of this vocal. Sounds really good. So after that, guys, let's go now to our left and right bass channel. Now this is our bass channel. Now on our bass channel, we have the vocal box. Now the vocal box is a very, very good plugin because it lets you do things, manipulate these vocals into sounding a little bit different. Now, this is how it looks like. So we have the additive EQ and the subtractive EQ. So here I was just subtracting the vocals, cleaning the vocals here, and then here we were just doing simple additive of the vocal, boosting the vocal, making sure that the vocals sound really good. Now at the back of this, we have a lot of EQs for each and every one of these knobs. The vocals become a little bit controlled. The vocals become a little bit brighter, guys. Sounds really amazing. And then the next plugin that we used here, we used Very Child. I think it's called the Very Child 660. This is like your pure child compressor, guys. And as always on the map, it has a lot of things that were done here to actually make this plugin possible. This is how it sounds like. The first thing that you hear when this plugin is on, you hear the gain. And then we have our threshold is around 4.5. Our attack it's 4, which is fast. And then our release at 2, which is really, really fast. Next plugin, we have the enhancer. Now here, I just wanted some saturation on my vocal. Saturation makes your vocal sound a little bit so much better, guys. It makes your vocal sound a little bit unique and somehow introducing things that were not there before. We boosted the warmth. So warmth is like boosting the lower mid frequencies or the mid frequencies, boosting the body of the vocal so that the vocal doesn't sound too thin, guys. And then the preamp is like boosting the drive knob, introducing some saturation on the vocal. And then spread Remember, we are working on background vocals. So I again introduced some spreading, making sure that this vocal, as they are, we are more telling them to go to the side a bit, more opening them up so that the main vocal will just fit perfectly on the middle frequencies. We did a whole lot of things here, guys, and it sounds like this. Sounds like this. It's up to you on how you want to compensate for the volume. But for me, the volume is fine, and I don't see it, best I increase it. I think it's fine for me. This is the vocal that I used, not as an ad-lib, but as somehow manipulating this vocal. So the ad-lib channel was somehow the best channel for that. So the mix for that, we have the fruity parametric EQ, making the vocal sound like a radio, and then we have this pinning plugin. So I chose the dice-like shape so that it can go from left to right in a smooth way. We can play with the levels and we can play with the numbers here. It's around 16 for me. And then after that, we have compression. So it's up to you. You can play with the ratio and the threshold. And then as the last part, we have the delays and of this vocal. This is just an introduction of what's to come on our next 2 or 3 videos that I'll be dropping on the next coming weeks. This is how our main vocal sounds like dry. So this is how it sounds like from the get-go, and this is how it sounds like with the backings and stuff.